Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad, and welcome to Tuesday's edition of the dceu Daily, where today I want to talk about Black Adam and what kind of movie this is going to be. I always like to admit if I'm wrong and I've evaluated a situation. And I do feel that last week I was rather harsh on The Rock and Black Adam when he was talking about Superman and talking about previous DC movies not hitting hard enough and him being disappointed like the fans. I thought maybe he was taking a swipe at the Snyderverse, but I've been talking to one of my sources and something huge is going on within the DC Extended Universe and The Rock. Because The Rock is The Rock. He's Dwayne Johnson. He can do anything. Remember to also follow me on Vero at Movies TV Mad, by the way. So what I've heard is that Black Adam is kind of justice for anyone who loves the Snyderverse. Black Adam is kind of Man of Steel 5.20. That's what I'm being told. The action and what you see in the movie is going to be so robust. You know, akin to Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Zack Snyder's Justice League. But there is a core emotional point to this movie that not only kind of connects in the rest of the DCEU, but it brings the Shazam universe together in such an amazing, powerful way. How many actors could have got the JSA to be in this film, to bring in Dr. Fate and Hawkman in this film? So I believe, people are asleep on this movie from what I'm hearing about it. But I think if you are a fan of the Snyderverse especially, you're going to really like this film. The robust action we're being promised. The Rock seems to be kind of on a mission for justice, to bring back what he believes a comic book movie should be. Now, for me personally, if this film is as good as I think it's going to be, and I suspect it's going to be, I think The Rock and the production company that he's been with ever since he was married to his wife, who he's now divorced to, is it 7 Bucks Productions? I think we could have a similar situation that we're having on Doctor Who from 2023, where Bad Wolf Productions will totally have creative control. I think 7 Bucks Production or 9 Bucks Productions or whatever it is could have total control on the DC Extended Universe. And if this film is as good and is going in the direction that's going to please a lot of us, I think this will be a brilliant thing. I have no doubt that The Rock and this production company are already in talks with Discovery and David Zaslav. So don't fall asleep on this movie. That's all I'm going to say. We haven't had a robust DCEU movie for a very long time. Yes, we had Zack Snyder's Justice League, but that film was pretty much shot in 2016, whatever it was, 2015, whatever it was, right? So that's really a movie from the past. But when we look at Wonder Woman 84, terrible action, Birds of Prey, terrible action, Shazam was okay in action, Aquaman was awesome, but we haven't had that kind of dark, gritty superhero movie since Zack Snyder's Justice League, since BVS, and this is what this movie's going to be. I've also been told that, in fact, our suspicions were right, that The Rock is a huge Snyder fan and wanted to make a film within that style. Let's not forget, they've told us already that they've brought new techniques and new technology for the VFX of Black Adam. Excuse me. What can I say? It's the morning. But, yes, so very exciting. So as I say, don't fall asleep on this movie, because I think this could be one of the strongest DCEU and comic book movies of 2022. I think, from what I'm hearing anyway, and I can only relay to you what I've heard, that this could be the biggest, the best, one of the most profitable movies of 2022. So what kind of movie is Black Adam going to be, considering I've been given some information about this, information that you may not know about? So what do I think this is going to be? I think this film will have some fun and fun moments in it, and may even have some comedy. But it's not going to focus on that thing. As we saw from the sneak peek, the colour palette is darker than kind of films like Wonder Woman 84 and several MCU films, most MCU films. So we can see that already. He's also trying to portray Black Adam as an intimidating, robust character. Yes, he's an anti-hero, but he started off as someone who was supposed to be a hero. In a way, this character is going down the same journey as Batfleck was in BVS. Now, if you remember what they did in that movie, it was very divisive because it's Batman after all. So you can do a better job of that with Black Adam. Not a better job than Zack and Chris Terrio did, but you can get away with it more with this character because after all, he's a villain stroke anti-hero. So you can do things with Black Adam that probably, well, obviously you can't get away with Batman and Superman, as we saw from Man of Steel and BVS, which are great movies, by the way, and movies that I love. But when you do these things with Black Adam, of course, you can get away from it. You can get away with it. So you're going to start off seeing some flashbacks. You're going to see him at first become a hero, then become a villain, and, you know, then be imprisoned probably, and then being set free. And then you're going to see the character we see today. Black Adam kills people. So he's an anti-hero. So he's still a hero, but he kills people. And there's no rule anywhere in any graphic novel where he can't kill people. So no one can lose their shit about this. So he's going to kill bad people. So that's going to be acceptable to an audience. That is acceptable to me. By the way, it's always acceptable to me for bad people to be killed. That's just how I feel. If Superman kind of heat visions a baddie. Now, I'm a Superman fan, going back to Christopher Reeve's Superman the movie and Dick Donner's Superman the movie. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to lose my shit if Superman kills bad people. But I understand how people want to keep him pure as well, because that's a very important element of the character. So I get where everyone's coming from different kind of points of view there. So Black Adam can do the stuff that Superman and Batman is not allowed to do. So I think we could get a bit of a Man of Steel BVS here. That's what I'm being told. This is the character journey we're going to get. So clearly by the end of this film, he will be more of a hero than a villain, but he'll still be an anti-hero and he'll still kill people. He's not going to stop killing bad people, no question. So I'm also being told this is The Rock's biggest performance ever. He's never performed like this before. Insiders say he has taken this film extremely seriously, and he's even in on the editing and VFX process. He's supervising these things because obviously The Rock doesn't know how to do VFX and edit, but he's taking he's looking at everything because he really wants to bring back that kind of robust, epic, action-filled, emotionally filled comic book superhero movie. And I think that's what we've all want. We all want that because for those of us who enjoyed Man of Steel, BVS and the Snyder Cut, we want more of that shit. And I think this is what The Rock is attempting to do. So this is why I feel The Rock wouldn't make a Black Adam film without having Henry Cavill's Superman in it. So we could be heading for a huge surprise, because I've always felt that Black Adam and Shazam was the place that Henry Cavill would return in. Now, what has The Rock said to kind of discredit any thought and theory about this? He said that maybe Superman and The Rock will fight one day, but not this time. It doesn't mean that Superman isn't in this film. Do you see what he's doing? He's saying that one day they will fight. So they don't fight in this movie. They could meet. Superman could be chained up with kryptonite chains. And The Rock's talking to him. Anything is possible here. Yes, this is wishful thinking. So even after reading last week when he said one day they will fight, meaning he's not in this movie, I'm still starting to believe, as I say, from hope rather than expectation, that Henry Cavill's Superman could still be in this film. So I think that's the thing. I think he could be in this film. It's how I feel. But I think other DCEU elements could cameo in this film as well, because this is where we're going now. This is what 2022's all about, and The Flash is leading us to this very thing of crossovers and Easter eggs and making the multiverse canon. And so I think not enough people are hyped and are not talking about Black Adam. Now, I'm being told we will get a full trailer very, very soon. I definitely, and I know all of you are desperate to see this trailer, we're still not going to get much of a clue. But it will be able to give us more of a clue about what movie this is. Is it as dark as that sneak peek showed us? And for me, it's not that a film needs to have bright colours or dark colours, or needs to be dark and needs to be full of action. There always needs to be good balance in a good movie. And I think when a movie doesn't have good balance and variety, you've got a bit of a problem. The thing is, with Superman the movie, they could only do certain things, but they were clever. There were great special effects for that time. There was emotion. Now, there wasn't a battle, but Superman was still saving people and stuff. So it worked for 1978, right? But I think this film is going to be on another level. The way The Rock moves, he's already told us that. The way Black Adam moves, excuse me. The action, the way he flies. So I think this is a huge movie. And I think this is a huger movie than anyone's giving it credit for. Because the Batman is kind of sucking up all that hype, isn't it? We're all hyped for the Batman. But I think that 2022 could be a really huge year for the DCEU. And I think if Black Adam is as good as I think it is going to be, and I expect it to be, you know, it will be a great second movie for DC live action in 2022. And I think we need to see that, because Black Adam is an alpha male. Alpha males are not very popular, either in real life or in the entertainment industry or in fiction. But Black Adam is an alpha male. He's an alpha male who's broken the chains of slavery, but he's also a victim. So there'll be an understanding of why he is the way he is. Now, Black Adam wasn't mentioned by name, but he was hinted towards in the first Shazam film. It remains to be seen if we get some kind of Shazam cameo in the Black Adam movie. Maybe he won't be on screen with Black Adam, but maybe we'll see him anyway. I definitely think there'll be some interesting post-credit scene there. But what Black Adam is going to be doing, so I've been told, is really setting up more, expanding this Shazam universe. And I like that, because people like the first Shazam movie. And really, this is the continuation of the Shazam kind of IP, if you like, within the DC universe. The worlds of DC, are you getting it yet? So I think this is a continuation. It was definitely the right decision to give Black Adam his own movie, not just because it's The Rock playing him, because Black Adam is a huge enough character. Now, of course, could anyone else carry the movie? It's The Rock. He's going to put butts on seats. No wonder they're giving him his own movie. So as I say, totally logical, makes perfect sense. And so, yes, my advice to you is not to go to sleep on this film, to hype it up on social media. You are not ready. And if you liked Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, and the Snyder Cut, Zack Snyder's Justice League, you are going to love this film. You are going to love the robust nature, the action. I mean, I've always been looking forward to this film. And it's kind of interesting because we don't really know what the film actually is. Now, we got an idea that we're going to see flashbacks. It's pretty much set in the present day, which we wasn't sure about. But how can there be a Justice Society of America in the present day? Well, there is the ring, isn't there? There is the Legion ring. If they are in fact members of the Legion at that point, so they can time travel. Has The Rock met them in the past? and then they meet in the future again. I think they will fight. You're going to get an awesome fight, but I suspect they will team up to face a greater threat in the end. So yeah, I'm very, very excited about this film. I think it's the kind of film that really expands not only the Shazam universe and IP, but the DC extended universe. I think this could be exactly the kind of film we need after the Batman and just before the Flash. Now, we don't know if this is going to kind of give us, excuse me, really sorry about that, but it's a throw. I'm a human being, what can I do? But yeah, so I'm really excited about this film because I think, you know, The Rock is taking it upon himself to say, I want to make a kick-ass, you know, balls of solid rock superhero action movie, and I want it to be exciting. And I've seen what people have said about certain other movies, and I don't want to retread those boards. I don't want to make the same mistakes. I want people to be excited. I want to look at the comics and adapt them. Not totally copy and paste them and adapt them directly, but be faithful to most of the elements. And what he's been saying is as well, which is very smart, once the audience like what you've done, then you can go a little bit more your own direction because you've got them hooked and they're interested. But you can't sell short what you did in the first movie, and that's what it's always important to remember. That I always think that Superman the movie to Superman 2, Superman 2 is an interesting film because it changed directors, but it did continue off what they did in the first movie, and it took it to more powerful themes in terms of the love story between Clark and Lois, and Superman giving up his powers for Lois, then fighting the free Kryptonians. I think that film really works for me. And I think if you want to do trilogies and continuing superhero stories, you've got to use your themes and spread them through the trilogy or the set of movies you're going to do. I've just done I've just done a video about Spider-Man No Way Home. I don't think the first two movies work on any level whatsoever. And I was reading the reactions on that video. Go check it out. But, you know, so people may be able to say, and I don't know because I haven't seen Spider-Man No Way Home, that this is a great movie. I don't necessarily think the other two movies are great movies. They're stepping stone movies, and Spider-Man movies should be exciting. And they should be for all walks of life from the Spider-Man fan community as well. Like everything, like I've always said about the dceu. The dceu shouldn't just be for the mainstream, but it shouldn't just be for the Snyder fans either. I'm a Snyder fan as well. Each different film and piece of content should cater for everyone. It's pretty clear that Black Adam is going to be one of those films, if you like your superhero action and you like it in your face like Man of Steel and BVS in the Snyder Cut, you are going to love this movie. So, as I say, don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep on this movie, because I think it's going to be very, very exciting. I think it's going to hit all the right notes, and I think, as I say, if this film really works, then I think we've got The Rock in a very powerful position to take control upstairs of the DC Extended Universe. Could The Rock and his production company do a better job than Walter Hamada? Could they work alongside Walter Hamada? These are interesting questions that we can't answer right now, because in a way, Walter Hamada is there as a placeholder. And that's how I've always felt. Walter Hamada is a fixer, someone to be sent in quickly to kind of sort things out. And we will see in 2022 if he's been able to do that. This has been the DCEU Daily. I'm Nick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you never miss this perfection. And I'll see you again tomorrow with even more DCEU Daily. Until then, goodbye.